Hi guys! How are you today? I'm doing good. Today I am making an essential oil soap tutorial for you using doTERRA essential and coconut oil. So I'll show you how to make it. Let's go! First of all, we need gloves for safety. We're going to be mixing up lye solution, and it's a chemical. It can burn, so we need to protect our eyes with goggles as well. Safety first. In here I have distilled water with a pinch of mulberry silk. And here I have my caustic soda. I'm going to add my caustic soda to my water and never the other way around. As I go to mix it up, it causes an exothermic reaction, which means it heats up very quickly. So be careful not to splash, but do stir thoroughly. You want it to look clear when you're finished, like this. Today I'm using red clay and yellow Australian clay. I'm also using dried cranberry powder, which I dried and ground, and some lemongrass powder as well as my additives. This is what they look like when they're all mixed up. Okay, so now we're going to add our cooled lye solution to our cooled oils. Everything's at room temperature, or about 25 degrees Celsius. We're going to mix carefully with our stick blender, not too much, just enough to emulsify everything so it becomes one solid colour. See that tan? Over mixing can cause things to thicken up. So now we're going to portion out the soap batter into 3 equal portions for colouring. First the red, then the yellow, and finally the white. I'm going to stick blend these to make sure they're mixed and fully incorporated. So now it's time to add our essential oils, starting with lemongrass, and I go through and mix them by hand with the spatula and come back through with the frankincense. I'm using this to anchor my essential oil or help it stick in my final soap. Time to pour. First the white layer, and then I come back through with my colours. I'm going from left to right, the full length of the mould, and wiggling up and down. I think this will make a wonderful look in the final soap, a marbled sort of a swirl I guess, and these natural colours are just gorgeous. But you know me, I can't leave things well alone, so I go back through with my hanger tool and I give it a good swirly swirl. My hanger tool is simply a coat hanger and a jumbo straw. Finally, I layer up the last of the colours in a single line along the middle, and then I go back through with a chopstick and give it a pretty swirly top. A quick zoom in for you guys. And it sits overnight. Now that it's unmolded, it's ready to cut. Okay, here we have our final bars of soap, and don't they look groovy? That red colour has come out nice and brick red, but that yellow colour has all but disappeared. Oh well, the lemongrass smells amazing. Thank you so much, doTERRA, for giving me the chance to soap with your beautiful oils. I just love how these soaps came out. The cranberry dust looks wonderful, and the swirl, well, look at it. I also had extra soap, so I made this little fairy. Well, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial. If you did, feel free to head over to Star Soaps on YouTube and hit subscribe. Bye now!
Feel like Star Soap if you need love in the driest area. Remember the soap that can make you merrier. Star Soaps.